Hey everyone, today Dollar Tree Spring DIYs. And by the way, if you're new here, I'm Tonya. And if you're returning, once again, welcome back. And I do hope that you all like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to start out with one of these little bunny butts from Dollar Tree. And I love that little cork note board that you can put on the wall. I decided to use that today to create this beautiful wreath idea. Now, I'm going to be using a color called Buttermilk. It's just a acrylic paint. It's by Decor. It's the Americana one. And I just decided to brighten up the bunny a little bit. It wasn't too much different than the actual color of the board, but it just brightened everything up. And then I'm going to be taking a color called Golden Brown. And I just wanted to paint the tail that color and the little pads on the bunny's feet. And I just thought that was a really pretty contrast. And that Golden Brown is by Craft Smart. It's a matte acrylic paint. But don't these colors look pretty together? I just thought the contrast was really pretty. And it kind of matched the color of the corkboard. Now, what I'm doing here is taking those tumbling tower blocks, and I just want to place them kind of like in a U shape. And I'm just trying to shape the bunny butt. And that way I can just glue the little bunny butt right on top of the cork board. And it's going to raise it up just enough that I'm going to be able to pop all of my greenery stems and my florals down in there. And it makes the perfect little pocket for me to create this wreath idea. But everyone, if you haven't tried this with those cork note boards, this has been a really simple way. I have so many ideas for these now, so I hope I can keep finding them at Dollar Tree, and I hope that you can. Now, I just pulled out some floral stems that I had in my craft stash. These are just some that I've been collecting, and you can see how easy this is, everyone. You can just tuck these in there. Now, I'm not gluing too many of these down because I probably will take some things apart and recreate some other DIYs. I don't know. I really like this one. I may decide to keep this one together. And then I pulled out some of these really pretty little roses, and I think there might be like a little dahlia there and a little mum, but I just wanted to bring in all this beautiful spring color. Oh, how I wish it was spring here. We still have cold and snow. You'll have to let me know what your weather is where you're at. But everyone, look how beautiful this is turning out. And I'm really enjoying this little pop of color difference here with this. So let me know what you think of this one in the comments below. But I love this idea for a wreath, and this is definitely a keeper for me, using this little cork note board to design different styles of wreaths. Now for our next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take these two bunnies, and those come in the pack that actually have the little markers with them. And then I'm going to be taking one of the wood crates and then some of the carrots there that I picked up this year. And I'm going to be using that golden brown this time to paint my box. And this color that I'm using is actually called Suede. And it is by Craft Smart, and it is a matte acrylic paint also. And I really like the way that color looks on these. I had to put 3 coats on these, though, everyone, to cover up some of those little black lines. But it was worth it because this turned out to be an adorable little shelf sitter for the Easter and spring. Now, once I get those painted, I'm just going to dry them a little bit, and then I'm going to move on doing something kind of different to these carrots. I had this ribbon that I absolutely love, and I had picked that ribbon up, I think it was at Hobby Lobby, and I decided to just cut little pieces of it and glue it onto these little wood carrots, and this made such a great design. So keep that in mind, that the carrots are small enough that these wider ribbons will wrap around these little wood carrots perfectly. So if you haven't thought of that idea, I hope you give that one a try. But everyone, I have all of these are the Dollar Tree, of course, spring DIYs today, and these were so simple and easy to create. I hope that you find one today, if not all of these ideas that you would like to try for your spring decor. Now, I decided to pull out some of these little greenery pieces. I picked this up it come on like a mat. And it was in the Easter section at Hobby Lobby, and I just keep cutting all those little pieces off. But everyone, look how adorable that little carrot is wrapped in that ribbon. And I just decided to glue the bunnies on the back and make them look like they were playing. And then I put those 3 little carrots in the front. And then I thought I would just fill in the inside of the wood box with some of that Excelsior grass. I usually pick mine up at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I like to use the Excelsior grass because it has no smell. And then I just kind of placed a few of these dainty little white Greenery florals in there. I'm not sure what those are, but tied that little rope around the bunny's neck. Everyone, this to me is one of my favorites. I love this. This looks great for the neutral decor, but this made such a sweet little shelf sitter. You'll have to let me know what you think of this one in the comments below. Now for our next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to be taking some more of my ribbons, and I just kind of cut that dovetail on each one of these, and then I'm just going to kind of mix them up by layering different colors. And I just wanted to kind of make a really quick, messy little bow that I can add to the bottom of this, because I'm going to put a little button in the middle of this and kind of finish it off like it's just a little starburst type bow, but just a little crazy simple bow. And once again, I'm going to be using that golden brown, this time on the oval wood base. And I love those in the Crafter Square section at Dollar Tree. They're really nice to do different things with. And this is one of the wooden eggs that I picked up last year. I did cut a piece of just some of my brown cardstock where I can put this on the back, because I am going to be taking a piece of fabric and gluing across the front, and I wanted to clean that back up. Once again, I'm using the color Buttermilk by Decor Americana. It's an acrylic paint, and I love that color. I think it's just a bright, happy kind of ivory color. And this was just a napkin that I had picked up for like 25 cents at Hobby Lobby, and I decided just to cut that in half. And what I'm doing is making a pocket that I'm going to be able to kind of poke my little greenery stems down in and add a little bit of that Excelsior grass to this. And this is why I cut that piece of brown cardstock, because I just wanted to clean it up on the back. But everyone, I really like this one too. All of these today, I was really happy how they turned out. So I hope that you're enjoying them as much as I enjoyed creating these. Just going to trim up any of those little edges. I did tear the fabric off of that bottom. Make sure you do that, because I didn't at first and it didn't stick. I forgot to cut that off of there. And now I'm just going to pop my little messy bow right down there at the bottom, and I put that little button that I pulled out from my vintage buttons. And I'm kind of put my florals kind of off to the side a little bit, because I want to be able to pop another one of my little carrots in there. I had another little carrot. You can see I painted it with that golden brown and added some rope twine for the greenery part at the top. But that's pretty much it for this one, everyone. Added a few little pink ones in there for a pop of color. But you have to let me know what you think of this one in the comments. I think this was another really pretty one for Easter and spring. Now for our last Dollar Tree Spring DIY, I'm going to be taking one of these wood pieces that I picked up in the Crafter Square section, and I'm painting that with Craft Smart matte acrylic paint in the color brown. And this color that I'm using on these bunnies is called Fog Gray by Craft Smart, and it's another matte acrylic. And then I went back in with the Golden Brown by Craft Smart, also a matte, and just dabbed on the flowers. And then I took a metallic rose gold that I picked up at Dollar Tree, and I was just kind of trying to get some different colors on the flowers and just a little different texture in there. And then I just used a lush green, and it was the Decor Americana acrylic paint, and just painted the stems of the flowers. But everyone, this was a really simple one. And then I just took and put those vintage buttons, popped those right in the center, because I have really been loving using those vintage buttons this year. But everyone, I hope that you have enjoyed these Dollar Tree Spring DIYs today. Like I said, these were some of my favorites. I just wanted to bring in a nice little pop of color. I am so ready for spring. You'll have to let me know if you're as ready for spring as I am. Now, once I get everything painted and dried, I'm just going to glue my bunny right onto the front of my little board. And I decided just to glue these little wood flowers right on the front of here. And then I remembered that I had a couple of the carrots left. So I'm going to go ahead and add those onto the front of this. And this made an adorable little shelf sitter. This would look great even in a windowsill because it's really narrow, or just up on a shelf, or really anywhere in your home. You could even put a hanger on this if you wanted to hang it on the wall. And here's my two little carrots. And I just had to go back in with that golden brown because I kind of had a theme going today. And I dried everything really well. And everyone, this one's pretty much done. And here it is. Well, everyone, that is it for today's Dollar Tree Spring DIYs. If you had a favorite, leave that in the comments below. And there should be another video popping up here on the screen soon. If you would like to see some more spring DIY inspirational ideas. Well, everyone, I will see you on Friday with some more DIYs.